This is John Gizzi coming to you from Albion, Michigan, as Mitt Romney completes his rally as he heads toward the primary in the state in which he was born and raised, Michigan. With me today is someone I've known since 1979. When I first interviewed Bill Schuette, he was a top campaign operative in the field for the presidential campaign of George H.W. Bush. Today, he's Attorney General of Michigan and the state campaign chairman for Mitt Romney. General, welcome.
It's great to be here with you, John. Thanks for coming to Albion to get a first-hand, up-front look at this very competitive and exciting Michigan primary.
All right. We all know that Mitt Romney is shown in a nip-and-tuck race. We heard him talk about the momentum today, but I think you'd even agree it's close. What do you think the race will look like tomorrow?
Well, you know, it's been a fascinating race, and Mitt Romney's closing fast, real fast, and the trend line is going our way. And, you know, I think this election is it's a four-letter word called JOBS, jobs. This is about jobs and paychecks, and Mitt Romney speaks the language of Michigan, no matter what your brand of republicanism it might be. And it's because he's worked in the private sector. He's delivered on building an environment where growth occurs. And Michigan, and I tell you, John, I think America is a state that is hungry and a nation that's thirsty for jobs.
As one who's covered Michigan primaries for a long time, I know that there's no party registration, and the X factor here in the Wolverine State is people crossing over and voting in another primary. And long before Rush Limbaugh coined the phrase Operation Chaos, some Michigan voters practiced it. Will we see a massive crossover of Democrats for one of the candidates?
Well, you know, I don't worry too much about the Democrats monkeying around in the Michigan primary. I mean, there might be some of that, but you know what? I think when that happens, voters and people look at that with cynicism, and that you might have the Democrats trying to play marionette on the Michigan electorate. I think, frankly, that we're going to focus on Mitt Romney's issues, the jobs candidate, and frankly that he is the strongest candidate to beat Barack Obama in the fall. I'm a big Mitt Romney supporter, chairman of his organization, and because of his character, his conservatism, his solid principles, but there's also this. And the fact is that he is the guy who's best equipped to beat Barack Obama in November. I want a new president. I'm sick and tired of this wacky European importation of class warfare, wealth redistribution, and you see what happened to Greece, and we see what happened to Europe. Why would we import that type of economic policy to America? And Mitt Romney will shut the door, slam the door on this, Obama socialization of our economy, and say, hey, we need to have an economy that's growth-oriented, an environment that builds jobs. And that's why Mitt really speaks the language and hears the voices of people in Michigan, whether you're a Tea Party conservative, a Mackinac Center conservative, which is a big think tank in our state, a GOP activist, whatever you want to call it. He speaks the languages and hears the voices of Michigan voters.
All right, let me put it this way. How big a margin will he win by, and if he doesn't make it, does his campaign go on?
Well, you know what? Mitt's going to win the nomination. He's going to be the next Republican nominee for President of the United States. And I'll make this prediction. He's going to win in November. I'll make his second prediction. He's going to be the Republican nominee. And the third, in Michigan tomorrow, we're going to have a great showing.